How are you guys out there doing? Hello, my Facebook family and friends. You guys, I don't mean to get so political or preachy at you, but because I love you, I feel like I owe you this video. You see, I've had people in my family who fought against the Chinese in the Korean War, and it sparked a lifelong interest in what is happening now. Since I was a little boy, talking to older people, I've been hearing how China is going to move up in the world, how the American economy is going to get worse and worse, and how World War III and fighting with China is inevitable in my lifetime. And I am fortunate enough to be young enough to be able to handle the cataclysmic events that are about to unfold. You guys, because you guys are very beautiful people and you have better shit to do, I took it upon myself to learn everything I need to know. I spent a lot of time, like over 5,000 videos probably, about this kind of subject for a long time. Ever before that balloon went up in the air and all that stuff that Biden bitched out about. You guys, let me tell you something. Bear with me if you're interested. I want to tell you why you thought COVID was bad with the stores, without a toilet paper and the curfews and all this. You guys, please bear with me. You need to hear this, okay? Let me start from the top. China is a very poor country, right? Of course. I'm sure you heard of the Communist Revolution of Mao Zedong, whatever, right? It's cool. You have a life. You're not a history nerd, right? A generation or two ago, China implemented a one-child policy. What that did was it tipped the balance of their population to the point that's like 60 or 70% males and like 40 or 30% females. China does not have a high GDP per person, meaning a lot of people who are even trying to go to college and do what they're doing in China, they can't find a job. And you have all these extra poor males that can't get married and they don't care. Let me show you a graph with my hands. Here's China, right? Here's the number of like 5-year-olds they have. Here's like the number of like 20-year-olds they have. Here's like the number of 30-year-olds they have. Here's like the number of 60 and 50-year-old people that they have. That makes the political parties worried because that's not a good workforce. That's not a very long-lasting plan for your population. I can't remember at the top of my head what they call this movement of all these guys in there who've given up. They don't want to work. They know they're not going to get married. The competition to get married and get a good job is so great anyway that they just hang out and they spill on the streets. They have a term for it. It's something like fruitless branch men. And even their president, Mr. Xi Jinping, even had a thing where he had gone on the news. He's like, you guys, go back to work. They don't want to. China wants to be a global superpower, and they believe that they have to be to survive because they have to export their oil. The only thing they really make is like coal and like cheap stuff, right? And Japan, Korea, Singapore, and especially Taiwan, they're all starting to make the same things China was getting into, but way better, namely computer chips. Taiwan, for some reason, makes the best computer chips in the world. We don't know why, they just have a skill for it. Just like Germany and America make like the best firearms in the world, and Japan makes like the longest lasting vehicle in the world, just for some reason, guys. And I heard the best steel comes from Scandinavia. It's very ironic because of heavy metal, right? You guys, so China, it's even in their law, it's documented that it's imperative that they take Taiwan back because either they're going to get those microchips or the world isn't. I have to look up at these cameras, I'm at work. So, China wants to be this world power, and you know how Facebook and you know how like YouTube and you know how your phone kind of tracks what you buy and monitors you and all that? China is like 50 times worse. They have laws over there that if you get in a fight in public, or like let's say someone disrespects your girl or something, and you do something about it, your DMV score or something could get taken away. If you go to the store and you buy too much alcohol or cigarettes, they'll deduct your citizen points. It'll inhibit you to get a job. These socialist bastards want to do that to us. They want us, ain't gonna be no freedom if China's the world power. It's very imperative that America stops China from getting Taiwan. Even though that's so distant and it feels like it doesn't concern us, it concerns us. If China is the new America, there will be no freedom at all. At the same time, we have a double-sided war, which you don't want to have, which took out the Nazis having a two-front war. Russia will increase the caliber of their exchange once China and Russia hook up. If Russia does not win and take Ukraine, Putin will be hanged. He will wasted all their time and brought such false promises. They don't fuck around in Russia. They'll kill him. Not only that, but if you ever read the book 1984 by George Orwell, he states there's always going to be, the governments are always going to make unwinnable wars. This country, America, will not send Abram tanks or planes to Ukraine. We don't care about finishing that war. We use it as an excuse like we don't want to piss off Russia, but really, we don't want to finish that war because for some reason behind the scenes, Biden is getting paid to continue that war. I'm not a political expert, I'm just kind of a history fan, but the book 1984 by George Orwell predicted this, that people start unwinnable wars or they start wars they don't intend to really finish because it strengthens the military-industrial complex. I believe Dave Mustaine has even said these words verbatim, my fellow metalhead friends. You get the point. The industrial military complex, that means Smith & Wesson, that means Glock, and everything that makes guns and ammo is in business. And for some reason, the president that be gets a cut of all that and doesn't care about selling out the future of the country. So long story short, we're about to throw down with Russia, and I guess Russia isn't getting along with some of its own allies, but once they get smart and Russia pays off a terrorist or North Korea to send a nuke somewhere, Russia, you should look this up on infographics. Russia has nuclear bombs that can start huge tidal waves, like hundreds of kilometers high, guys. That's horrible. So the point of this video is not to scare you guys, but if you follow history, these things make the American dollar go down. They make gas like $20 a gallon, even worse. When the Great Depression hit 100 years ago, for some reason it made bread thousands of dollars. Like how COVID, all the toilet paper was gone, the shelves will be gone. Then that means you won't have to worry about the war afar. You're going to have to worry about people trying to break into your house and steal. You're going to have to worry about martial law and curfew, and there's not enough police to protect you. They're going to guard the rich areas. This has happened before in the riots of LA, you guys. I'm kind of a history nerd. I'm not an expert, but what I'm urging you to do, guys, you need to barricade your homes. You need to have like a man that's going to be protecting you, or you need to get like a weapon. If you're poor and you're a dude, get at least a hatchet, a baseball bat. If you're a woman, try to get like, what's that called, a Glock 22 or something, a small. If you can't work the action of a Glock, ladies, you want a revolver. You want a man that can teach you these things. You can ask me anything you want. You need to barricade your home and start saving water and canned food and stuff like that. The kind of food, you guys, that is not going to go bad is if you could keep it dry, like rice and oatmeal and beans. That'll last forever, and it's cheap. Water. You got to look into water purification, guys, and there's not every water purification is equal. Like, I've been looking it up, and the most best way to purify water is pretty much iodine, and iodine's expensive. You guys, we have a problem on our hands. We need to start praying and stuff. You need to make a plan. You need to start barricading your homes, have a man that loves you, is willing to die for you, and who won't get raped and shit in the riots, and has a weapon and stuff, and knows how to use that and isn't a wuss. You guys, Godspeed. I'd say your prayers. This isn't really the time to fuck off and just think about having fun, you guys. We have a serious problem in the world. this shit's going down. It's going down our fucking lifetime, and everybody agrees it's inevitable, guys. Godspeed.